G'day and welcome to another episode. My name is Daethstro, the Aussie Geek, and today we are looking at the KFC P4A Pure Red Transistor. And as you can see, it is their take on a masterpiece blaster. Obviously, it does not come with the Audible insignia that I got from a sticker kit. And I got this guy from Save Your Toys, felt like a week or two ago. I have been trying to make this video for what feels like forever. So hopefully I'll get it done this time. So we will get into a couple of additions first before we get down to transformation. It does come with the instruction manual and trying to move that. I've currently got a new thing that I got from Aldi's. And we'll see how that goes. Oh, still not quite hard enough. Try again. So here we go. Here is Transistor's instruction manual, and the first couple of pages are a comic before you get into the transformation, and that's only like a page. Other accessories include his card, made out of card, front and back, text specs there. And he has some other accessories, but we will get to them when we get to them. Now, he does have one other thing that I will show here before I, before I get down to transformation. You can hit the eject button, and voila, we have Hi-Fi, which is their take on Rewind, and he'll be in his own video, otherwise this is going to be way too long. So, he does have a little added feature. You will notice that this yellow bit back here, you can push that further back to hold more cassettes. I don't have any more, but then you can come around here, you can flip down the switch, and that sends it forward. Now, I'll get more into this, but what do you think this looks like? And I'm wondering if it's coincidence. But yeah, so just have a quick look at him. Lots of nice silver, black and yellow here. I don't think this red is painted. Honestly, I think this is just a nice plastic. There he is from the bottom. The back, which that one just untabbed. Honestly, this guy untabs real easy in vehicle mode. Boombox mode, we even call it. For the top, nice details on the side. And the other side, and we will get down to transformation. So first things first, we're going to flip this around, flip that around. We'll come up here and just separate these for the time being. You're going to come under here and pull this out. We'll get one leg done at a time. Next, you're going to unplug just in here to get that out of the way. And then you'll come back here, and this will probably unplug all this. Just get your nail in there and just sort of get that untabbed. So these tabs hold it in place, not very well, but well enough. So we'll just stretch that out of the way. Next, we're going to fold out the foot as far as we can. I will point out I've been getting paint chipping here, but you don't usually see it. You fold that underneath. You want to use the ankle rocker a little bit, twist that underneath. This is going to fold over and then fold in, and you can fix that rocker up. We will deal with the rest of the foot in a moment. Next, we're going to, it does get very floppy, I will point that out. So you're going to rotate here. You're going to fold in, so this will plug into here. And that's going to fold all the way around. And you want to just bend this a little bit because this will plug into here. And that holds the leg all in place. And then we can come onto here and untab that. And that's one leg done. So the other leg is just the same. And there is two legs done. Next, what you want to do is just sort of come under here. The crotch plate might be in the way. Just pull that forward and just sort of bring them in together. They'll tab at the back, not very well, but the crotch plate will generally tab the best. And that gets our legs all done. Alright, before we can turn this around, we're going to have to do a couple other things. Just make sure he's stable. Just move it up a little bit. Alright, we'll deal with the arms. Now, what we're going to do, as you can see, this is just going all floppy. You're going to unplug that, which just plugs into the top here. Next, you want to come back here, unplug this, and just flip that out of the way. You're going to lift that up a little bit, and you're going to push this whole thing forward. As you can see, there's a gap here, and that will lock the shoulder in place. Next, we're just going to pop the barrel of the gun out. Whoop. I'll just put that aside for a moment. I will point out that if you want to put all this stuff in, do it during transformation. And then we can unplug that, and that's another gun. And we will finish with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to rotate it to the front. You're going to come back here. You're going to pull this back, not all the way, and just fish out the hand, which hopefully is not going to get stuck because of those fingers. Come on. There we go. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fold this back to where it was. You're going to fold this plate, which went into the arm piece, to give you this tab. This folds back on top of it. You're then going to wrap this around, and eventually, I'll just move his arm down, this port will be taken up with this tab. And voila, that's an arm all done. You can straighten it up how you wish and fix up the arm, and you can just fiddle with the fingers however you like. So that is one arm done. There we go. So we have two arms done and we're almost finished. We're going to come to the back here. You're going to slide these up. Oops. Untab this butt plate. Slide them up. That will allow you to rotate the waist so it's positioned properly, and my legs come on tab. Get back in there. And then we can go back to the back. Just push the tab down. Fold these in on the hinges until it's just nice and snug. And then we're going to come here, we're going to untab that, fold that up, click that a little bit into place, and there we go. We have Blaster in his robot mode. He does look damn good. He is definitely the Blaster for me. The transformation feels fiddly, but he is rather nice. Now, as for articulation, his head's really loose on mine, so if it's loose on yours, let me know. Does a full 360, can look up that bit, doesn't really look down. Arms can do a full 360, can go out this far. Has bicep rotation. Has technically, I suppose, a single bend, which gets you that far. It has a wrist rotation. The fingers do feel loose, and sometimes I worry I'm going to break them. You do get sort of a wrist move, but that's more because there's nothing locking the wrist into place. He has a very loose waist. There is no ab crunch. His legs come out that far on a very soft ratchet. If I've got a little bit of paychum in there. If you pull his legs that forward, you get a very loud ratchet there, and it doesn't really go very far back. He does have thigh rotation. He has single jointed knee, which gets you that far. Ankle tilt, that gets you that far. It can go down that far or further if you fold up the heel spur, but that's more for transformation, and it goes up very little. So there we go. As for accessories in this mode, he does have a couple. He has an alternative head. Try to focus that, but it doesn't help because that's very much more the toy accurate head, and it's just a matter of unscrewing this, unscrewing that, and putting down. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it. There's this little bit of blue plastic in here, and really only works for this head, but you can unscrew that and put that in if you want a little bit of light piping, because if you look at the back of his head, you can see this bit of plastic here, and that gives you some light piping. It doesn't help on my shelf because I have no windows, and of course they put a little screwdriver in there. Other accessories includes 2 of these nice looking speakers, which I do use for my display. Oh, that's what I didn't do, did I? So he does have finger articulation. There are joints at each of the fingers, and you can spread them out as you wish, which is pretty cool because you can totally do a devil's horns. Oop. So there you go. You can rock to some Dio or Metallica, whichever you prefer. But we will get that folded in. Now, to use this, we're going to basically unplug the whole arm, or for the most part, just like we would be transforming it. We'll just fold up those fingers, and we'll just fold that in, and then we fold all that back up. And you can take this, take this and plug it on the end. And now he has nice blurring speaker. I wouldn't mind it if they'd actually tabbed onto the legs as well, but oh well, it is not to be. The other accessory, of course, you have 2 of them, is his gun. I only use one of these. You just fold this out, take this, plug this in here, and it has the classic Masterpiece pagan hand. So you can open up his fingers like so and plug it in. Now I will point this out when I get to it, but what you want to do is, you'll see this groove here. You want to try and fit it into his elbow here. That way it makes it a lot more stable when he holds it. And just wrap your fingers around, your thumb around, and that lets him hold it nice and straight. And I usually just have him displayed next to my Ultra Magnus like that, with Rewind standing in front of him. So there we are. So last but not least, let's do some size comparisons. We'll put that flat back down again. And we'll bring in the Big Bot MP10. And as you see, you can't see. Come on, Blaster, get your arm down. So Prime is a little bit taller, which honestly is to be expected. Although honestly, I have him usually standing next to Ultra Magnus, which is slightly more weird. And here he is with Soundwave, and they do look pretty good together. I will point out that you'll see these here, and Laserbeak and Buzzsaw can so sit on those and probably sit on here. Now, this is the one thing I really wanted to point out. If we turn them around and get Blaster's gun out of the way, and we turn Soundwave around, tell me that KFC didn't use MP13 as an example for their blaster, because by God, the backs look similar, especially if I pull them out and slide these down, you can see the metallic detail. So what are the chances? But thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave me a like, maybe even a comment if you prefer, and I will catch you next time.